Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video I will discuss some Java developer interview questions. So in the last video I have discussed one coding question that I got in one of my Java interviews. Okay, so in this video I will discuss some more Java developer interview question, but in this video I will discuss mainly theoretical questions. Okay, so any further delay, let's get started. So see the first question, what is marker interface? So in Java we have total like 2-3 types of interfaces, like functional interface, normal interface and marker interface. Like in marker interface we cannot have any methods or like fields. It is will be like a empty interface. Okay, and we have total 3 types of built-in marker interfaces. Okay, first one is clonable, second one is serializable, and the third one is remote interface. So apart from marker interface also we have functional interface, right? In functional interface we will have only one abstract method. Okay, and what about like normal interface? We can have any number of abstract methods. Okay, so like predicate, consumer, supplier, function are comes under functional interface, right? So what about the marker interface? It's like a interface that will be like a totally empty interface, means we don't have any methods or like fields, right? So I think marker interface is clear to you. Obviously for more information you can follow some other websites also, like Kick for Kicks or like Java Tea Points. You have loads of information you can collect, but this will be like a quick revision for you. Okay, so now let's see the second question. So what is the second question? Our second question is types of exceptions in Java. Give some examples. Okay, so if you don't know, in Java we have there are 2 types of exception: compile time and the runtime. Okay, so what is the main difference between compile time and the runtime exception is like that. First one is the compile time exceptions checked and handled at compile time, and the runtime exception are not checked at compile time. It means that compile time exception, like compile time error, will be thrown if it's not handled. Mean you cannot compile or run your code without handling this particular exception. But what about the runtime exception? Code can compile without handling the exception. Okay, so and the compile time exception is a subclass of exception class, and the runtime exception is a subclass of runtime exception. Okay, and internally runtime exception is inheriting exception class. Examples like interrupted exception, file not found exception. This kind of exception you have to handle. Okay, whenever this exception will be thrown, that time you have to handle that exceptions. Okay, what about the runtime exception? Like exception is like a arithmetic exception or like array index out of bounds exception, right? So now these kind of exceptions can be thrown at the runtime, but you can compile your code without handling this kind of exception. Means runtime exceptions, if you have, you can compile your code, it won't throw any kind of error message and all. If you are not handling the runtime exception, still you can compile your code, but it will give you the exception at the runtime. Okay, suppose this is our class, okay, sleep method. Okay, and this sleep method comes under thread class. Okay, so this sleep method throws interrupted exception. So as I've already told you, interrupted exception is the compile time exception. It means that you cannot compile your code without handling that particular exception. As you can see the same here also, it is throwing you the error, right? That you have to handle this exception. Okay, so now you have to use throws or like try catch you can use. Okay, so I am using try catch, okay, to handle this particular exception. Okay, so try and then catch. Okay, so you have to handle this interrupted exception. Without handling this interrupted exception, you cannot compile your code, right? So now just printing this interrupted exception. Okay, so now if you run this code will execute. Okay, it won't throw you any kind of exception or a error. Okay, it means that if you have compiled time exception, it means that you have to handle that particular exception. Okay, so now what I will do, I will try to create one runtime exception. Okay, so what runtime exception I can do, I am implementing arithmetic exception. Okay, so suppose this is the arithmetic exception I am creating. Why it is a arithmetic exception? Because here I am trying to divide a number with 0, means I am dividing a particular number with 0, and it is like a exception. Okay, but as you can see, it is not showing you any error. That was same showing while I was trying to implement, right, normal compile time exception. It is showing you the error, right, red line you can see, right, and it is showing you that you have to handle this exception because this is a compile time exception. You have to handle this. Okay, trying to create an arithmetic exception, right, because arithmetic exception is a runtime exception. Okay, so you can compile and run your code, but the runtime it will show you one exception, right, and what is the exception? It is the arithmetic exception. Okay, so now you have to handle this exception. So what we can do, so now what else we can do, we can just create another try, right, try catch. We can create another try catch, and in the try block we can use this, and in the catch block what we can handle, in the catch block we can handle arithmetic exception. Okay, and AE okay, so now just run this code once. Okay, so yeah, this exception it's showing now. Okay, this exception. So I think these two exception is totally clear to you. Even what else you can do, like you can just handle this particular exception here also. Like as we know that one try block we can add multiple catch blocks, right, so we can add multiple catch blocks. So we can just run this code, and I hope this will give you same answer. Yeah, it is giving you same answer. So I think this compile time and the runtime exception both are clear to you. Okay, I think these two types of exceptions are totally clear to you. Now let's see the third question. Okay, the features of Spring Boot. So for more information you can watch some more videos or like more websites you can follow. Okay, even I have also copied from some websites, so it is not a big deal. You can watch some more websites or like you can more videos also you can see for your reference. So I have already told you this video will be a quick revision for you. Okay, so now features of Spring Boot, like what will be the first feature is the auto configuration. Okay, so the Spring Boot use the annotation @Spring Boot application that triggers the auto configuration. If you don't know, Spring Boot application is a combination of three annotations. The three annotations, first one is the configuration, second one is the enable auto configuration, the third one is the component scan. Okay, and what is the second option is that we have some embedded server also, right, like Tomcat, Jetty, Undertow server, all the server we have. Okay, and eliminate the need of the external web server. Like as you know, for the Spring we have to add external Tomcat server, right, that we no need to do in the case of Spring Boot. Okay, even in Spring Boot we have inbuilt database also, H2 database we have, right. So yeah, this is a 2-3 like plus points we have for Spring Boot over Spring, right. So also we have Spring Boot actuator. Okay, actuator also we have a sub project that provides endpoints for monitoring and managing application, including checking health, managing logging levels, and shutting down the applications. Okay, so it is an endpoint for monitoring and managing the application, including checking health, managing logs, levels, and all. Okay, so this is the third feature that you can remember. And the last two we have Spring Data API. So basically we can create like REST APIs with like we can create a REST API to connect to make the connection with the database and all. And basically this kind of projects are so good, right? When we create some project which are like REST APIs and to connection with the database, or even in real life project we can connect make the connection with the clouds also, right? So this is the one thing. Okay, so makes it easier to access relational database data. Okay, dev tools is a set of tools that can speed up the and simplify the development process. Spring security, a security framework for web applications. Spring security is the one thing, like as you know nowadays security is the most important factor, right? So Spring Boot also providing you Spring security. Dev tools also we have. Okay, and Spring data. 3-4 points if you can remember, that will be enough for your interview. Okay, but for more information you can definitely follow some more websites or like videos you can follow, right? So now let's see our last question. It's the last question. So is Java purely object oriented, and if not then why? Okay, so is Java purely object oriented? So that the answer is no. Okay, why no? Because Java is not purely object oriented programming. Why so? Because it supports primitive data types, right? Static keywords and wrapper classes. In primitive data type, what we have like int, we have then float, double, we have this kind of primitive data type. That's why we can say that no, Java is not a purely object oriented. Okay, but Java is a object oriented programming language, but Java is not like a purely object oriented. Okay, so this is the one thing. Okay, so first one is the primitive data type we have for Java. Like Java supports primitive data types like int, byte, long, short, etc., which are not objects. Okay, and the second is static keywords. Also we have Java allows access to static variables and static methods without using any object. I think you know static keywords, right? Static, via using static we can access our variable, methods and all at class level. That's why it is saying like that we can access that without using any objects. Okay, wrapper classes we have like int is the like primitive class, right? Wrapper class is like an integer, right? We have no integer wrapper class. We have like it is little difficult for me to write down anything because I don't have any pen. I am writing in with my mouse, so that's why my handwriting is so bad. So okay, I think you can understand. Like wrapper classes also we have, so allow the use to primitive data type as object and vice versa. Okay, and what are the wrapper classes we have? Like double, like big, like normal double, I know, right? DOUBL we write, we can write this way double. So what is the like wrapper class? Like we have wrapper class DOUBL. Okay, so this is the, this small double is the primitive one, and this one is the wrapper class. Okay, so that is what it is saying. Like okay, let me remove all this. Okay, so wrapper class allow the use of primitive data types as objects and vice versa. Okay, so I think these 4 questions are totally clear to you. If you have any doubts, any concerns, please let me know in the comment section. So that's all for this video. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you have any suggestions, any doubts, anything you have in your mind, you can let me know in the comments section. So I hope this video will help you in your preparation. So yeah, that's all for this video. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. So bye bye, thank you.